The trial of Lindsay Clancy has entered another emotional phase, as jurors heard one of the most heartbreaking pieces of evidence in the case, the 911 call made by her former husband, Patrick Clancy. The recording, along with testimony from first responders, has become a central focus as prosecutors, and the defense continue to battle over one key question. Was Lindsay Clancy criminally responsible for her actions? Or was she suffering from postpartum psychosis that left her unable to understand what she was doing? During Wednesday's proceedings, jurors listened to Patrick Clancy's frantic 911 call made on January 24, 2023. According to courtroom reports, Lindsay Clancy became visibly emotional as the recording played. She cried throughout portions of the evidence while members of her legal team comforted her. The audio itself was not broadcast publicly, but reporters inside the courtroom described it as one of the most emotional moments of the trial. Patrick had already testified that when he returned home after running errands, he found his wife seriously injured outside the house before discovering their 3 children in the basement. His testimony has remained consistent with what investigators documented shortly after the tragedy. The jury also heard testimony from police officers, firefighters, and emergency responders who were among the first to arrive. They described attempting life-saving measures on all 3 children after finding them in cardiac arrest. Their testimony focused on what they personally observed that evening and the emergency response that followed. These witnesses did not offer opinions on Lindsay Clancy's mental state. Instead, their role was to describe the physical scene and the medical efforts made to save the children. Lindsay Clancy does not dispute that her children died at her hands. Instead, her attorneys argue she was experiencing severe postpartum psychosis and the effects of multiple psychiatric medications. The defense maintains that she was suffering from a profound mental illness and therefore should be found not criminally responsible under Massachusetts law. Prosecutors strongly reject that claim. They argue the evidence shows planning and deliberate decision-making before the killings. Throughout the trial, they have sought to demonstrate that Lindsay Clancy understood what she was doing and therefore should be held criminally responsible for the deaths of her 3 children. As testimony continues, the trial remains focused on one of the most difficult legal questions a jury can face. Was this a calculated crime, or the result of a devastating psychiatric illness? The court is expected to hear additional witnesses, including medical experts, whose testimony could prove critical in helping jurors decide whether Lindsay Clancy was legally responsible for her actions. We'll continue following every major development as this closely watched trial moves forward. If you want accurate fact-based updates on major true crime cases from around the world, subscribe to True Crime and Scams in South Africa and turn on notifications.